I almost started this vlog by saying good morning when I know good and well it's almost 3 p.m. on January the 1st. So we are here for a New Year's video. I am dragging. I want to start a book today, but I feel like a nap is coming on. So we're gonna try having a coffee first. If I still can't wake up, we'll take a nap, then we'll start a book. This is just the McDonald's McCafe roast, and we'll talk about what we're reading. Of course, I'm out of water, of course. So a quick catch up. I was notably off the internet during the month of December, and that was primarily due to a really stupid boy. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to talk negatively about a person, but I was really hurt, and that hurt really got to me in my creative spaces. And so I took the time off to heal and to try and figure out what my brain needed, and my brain just needed a break. So we took a break, but January 1st, I'm back. I'm ready to film. I'm ready to read. I only read 2 books in December, guys. That is so unlike me. But we're gonna start the new year off with so much positivity, and I'm gonna do that by starting with a thriller. I started with a thriller last year as well, and it ended up just being a really good thing for me. Thrillers typically read very quickly, so I'm hoping that that is true for this one. I got this from Aardvark in November. Haven't Killed in Years by Amy K. Green, and it says that this is about, I think, a girl whose father was a serial killer, and so basically she has to kind of go in hiding until something is unearthed about this, and then all of a sudden she's back in the limelight. I could be wrong about some of those details, but I typically like a serial killer adjacent story where the main character isn't necessarily the serial killer, but they have been impacted by one and the repercussions and the fallout of that. The font is pretty big, and it is like right around 350 pages. So I would love it if I could finish this today. Realistically, since it's already 3 p.m., I probably can't. I'm also dealing with being sick. You know, most people ring the New Year's in with champagne. I rang mine in with NyQuil last night. So we're trying to get better as well. You can't hear it in my voice as much today, but ooh, last night was rough. I could not stop coughing. I am debating whether or not to get the audio so I can play Disney Dreamlight Valley or Stardew Valley while I read, but I kind of am also in the mood to eyeball read. I feel like if I'm playing those cozy, monotonous games that it's gonna put me into like a brain fog, and I'm not gonna pay attention. So I think we are gonna try and eyeball read this one. I'm always excited for my first book, because I'm excited to do my first like bits and pieces of my genre blanket. I'm excited to fill in my reading journal. I'm excited to update Storygraph with the first book of the year. So Haven't Killed in Years. Hopefully this is a good one. I'm planning on checking in with y'all a couple times during my read. And then of course I also have my little hazelnut Nutella spiked coffee. I can't do this all the time. Nutella is so full of sugar and stuff, but I thought for a New Year's Day coffee, this was kind of special. Also, Target's dollar section has been killing it with adorable mugs, but we're gonna go get comfy and we're gonna start reading. Sherlock, what if I was gonna sit there, buddy? What if I was gonna sit there and read? Hello. It's the next day, and I have made some progress in Haven't Killed in Years. I'm on page 70, which is like, I don't know, chapter 13 or so. I actually had a friend come over today, and we're having a little reading party together, and he just started Dungeon Crawler Carl and has had to stop multiple places to read things out loud to me. So I'm pumped to get to that book soon. But Haven't Killed in Years, let's talk about what's happening. We are following our protagonist. Her name is Gwen, and she is a very fly under the radar kind of person because when she was growing up, her father was a serial killer, and not like a serial killer who keeps it secret from his family. Like, they would go out and get chicken tenders together, and on the way home, they would like make a stop and he would kill somebody in a very gruesome way, just like right in front of his kid. So he gets discovered and found out. He and his wife are arrested. The kid is taken to live with somebody else, and she eventually changes her identity. So she was Gwen. No, I'm sorry. She was Marin. Now she's Gwen. So Marin was her name when she was the kid of a serial killer. Now she is Gwen. And again, she's trying to fly very under the radar. She doesn't want anybody to know who she is, But this all changes when she starts finding boxes at her door that are full of severed arms and notes that have her real name on them. So she's like, who knows who I am? Why do they know who I am? And like, what's gonna happen now that I've been found out? So she has met this guy that does tours of her father and her family's like house and whereabouts and victims. And so she meets this guy, she starts going on tours on him. He has no idea who she is. And turns out this guy has been meeting with her father at the police station and like interviewing him for a book. So that's where I am right now. The images of some of the killings are a little bit brutal, but I've heard that this gets crazy twisty. Obviously, nothing crazy twisty has happened yet, but I am engaged. It's very fast paced and I'm hoping to read a whole lot more today. But my friend just went to pick up some food for us and I'm getting some pasta. I haven't had pasta in a very long time, so pasta sounds so good. I wish I had more to update you on, but that's really it right now. Hey guys, it is a chilly and gloomy day. I am feeling a little bit better. My nose is still running. It's the third day of the year and I am on my own now and I am trying to finish this book tonight, which seems like it might be a big undertaking, but I really don't think it is because it is now moving very, very quickly. I have just made it to part 2. This is Haven't Killed in Years. And this book is getting very twisty. I don't think it's as fast-paced as people were selling it to be to me, but at the same time, I can understand where the fast-paced like tags are coming from. It does move very quickly. This is not a main character I really enjoy following. We learn a whole lot more about her and what she's been through. And we're also learning about some relationships that she keeps. And I'm not necessarily talking about romantic relationships. She does not get close to many people. And so the people that she is close to, things are happening to them as well. Some of them are becoming targets. And then we have this person who has now come forward as being like, I'm Marin Haggerty, when Gwen is Marin Haggerty. And so things are getting very, very twisty. And then in part 2, you can see maybe we are 18 years ago. So I think that we're gonna get some very interesting tidbits in this section. I'm not sure if the whole section is 18 years ago or not, but I do love a flashback when we're learning about why characters are the way that they are. I think right now, depending on where the story goes, it's feeling like it's gonna be between a 3.5 and a 4. I'm not mad that this is my first read of the year though, because I got this from Aardvark in November and haven't read it yet. So this was a good push to get me to read it. And I've got chili in the Instant Pot right now. I'm very excited about it because I just feel like on this gloomy day, chili is a very good thing to partake of. That was the dumbest way to say that. I had a really good time spending time with my friend. I definitely needed some joy and some fellowship with others, and I think that I got that the last few days with my friend. I'm actually gonna go to church with him tomorrow, and then we're gonna make a Costco trip. I don't have a membership to Costco, but he does, so that way I can stock up and like pay attention to some like high protein things. I'm stage managing a show, which I don't think I've talked about in a vlog right now. Our community theater is doing a production of Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the musical, which is a very, very big undertaking, and I am the stage manager. They pay me to do this, so I'm always happy to do it. I'm happy to encourage a love of theater and the kids in the community, but it does take up a lot of my time. So instead of stopping at a fast food restaurant, which is the easy thing to do either on the way there or the way home, I'm trying to find some high protein, snacky type dinners or just like high protein things I can eat very quickly on the go. So we're doing that tomorrow. I also played pickleball for the first time in a couple weeks this morning, and that felt really good. I was very, very rusty. My friend, same friend, got me a hour-long private lesson with one of the pickleball professional coaches in the area. So I'm very excited to go and just kind of refine some of these foundational skills that I have. But right now my focus, of course, is finishing my first book of the year and then deciding what to read next, and also crocheting my first granny square of the year for this book. Starting the year with a thriller just feels right. I feel like I've done that the last couple of years, and it's just kind of kicked off the pace and the mood for my reads. So I'm really excited to keep going and just have a phenomenal 2026. I've got chili in the crock pot. What a good night. Good morning, happy Sunday. It's my last day of my Christmas break. I'm still congested, but I just got up and got ready to go to church with my friend. But before we leave the house, I wanted to say I did finish Haven't Killed in Years last night. So book 1 of 2026 is down, and I ended up giving this one a 3.5. Was it dark? Was it twisty? Yes. Was there a villain monologue at the end? Yes. Were there too many conveniences? Yes. These guys live in a world where social media exists, and aside from one character posting one thing on social media, this is so unrealistic to me. They're like late 20s. They're people that grew up in the same time I did. Guys, when you don't know something about somebody, please tell me that you don't go try and look them up on social media. Not a character did that. Not a character did that. And it just, I don't know. Maybe I'm like, why aren't you behaving like me? And that rubbed me the wrong way. But also, this is a huge, like, this takes place in our world. It's a huge world. It felt like everybody was so confined into this tight little group, and everything that happened only happened within this tight little group, and it just seemed too convenient. Anyway, there were elements I really, really liked about it. A 3.5 is still a relatively high rating. I wish it was a little bit higher rating for my first book of the year, but I did finish it. I'm reading through my aardvark stack, which is always a good thing. And if you watched my goals video, you know I am trying to make a granny square for every book that I read. I haven't sewn the ends in because I don't have a tapestry needle right now, but here is my first granny square. Is it a perfect match? No, because I'm not going to go buy the perfect shade of yarn for every single granny square that I need, or I would be spending so much money, but I think it's a pretty good representative of the book with the gray and like the seafoam and the yellow. So we're done. I have clothes that I'm wanting to wear this morning that are still in the dryer, and I have about 30 minutes till I have to leave, so I have time to also update my reading journal, which is exciting. Let me know if y'all want flip throughs of my reading journal or not. I don't know what y'all want. I'm gonna finish drinking my coffee and have my protein shake before I leave. And then we'll probably do a Costco haul, and I'll tell you what I'm gonna read next. Okay, who's ready for a Costco haul? Because I went to church, and then I went to Costco, and things were bought. So, first of all, you'll notice protein is a high priority. We got some Oikos protein shakes. 30 grams of protein per shake. And for some of you, protein doesn't matter. For me, protein currently matters in the stage of life that I'm in. I got these little grilled chicken cube packs. How much protein? 24 grams per pack. These are going to be great for quick dinners right before I have to leave for stage managing. One of my favorite snacks, edamame. There's like 12 little self-serving packs in here. I will take edamame to school and I will eat that for lunch. One of my all-time favorite things in the world is chicken apple sausage. Please look at how much chicken apple sausage you get at Costco. Crazy. Some Korean barbecue like jerky snack bites, smoked Gouda and pepper dip, and some mush like overnight oats. There is vanilla, chocolate, and apple pie. So either these or a protein shake is going to be breakfast for the next month or so. And then not pictured is the giant size of Costco toilet paper, because you gotta take care of your booty, okay? And the Costco toilet paper is leaps and bounds superior to other toilet paper. These are the things that you start caring about after 35. But have I started another book? Yes, I have. I have started The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. You might be like, Heather, I had no idea you were interested in that book. I really wasn't. However, it's gonna be a movie. I think they're making it into like a Christmas movie with Leighton Meester and Jared Padalecki. And also it's my teacher in-person book club pick. So I've listened to about 5 chapters driving to and from church and Costco and back home and everything. And it's real cute so far. It's about this girl. She's kind of like Miss Congeniality, okay? She is like all in on her job. She is a basically like private bodyguard for people, and she just goes on assignments, and she's all in on her job. But she does have a boyfriend who works for the same company, and he dumps her the day after her mom dies. Like, how terrible is that? And so she is stuck between grieving her mom and grieving a relationship when all of a sudden she gets assigned to be the bodyguard for like the hottest celebrity who has been in hiding the last couple of years. He hasn't done anything new. He's like been in the mountains of North Dakota, but he comes back to Houston because his mom has a cancer diagnosis. And so she gets assigned to be his bodyguard. And I know that there's going to be more to that story because you learn it in the synopsis, but that's where I am in the story right now. So that's all I'm going to say so far. I'm listening to the audiobook. It's a really good audiobook. I'm having a really good time. I'm thinking of either playing Disney Dreamlight Valley while I listen. I do need to fold laundry, or starting a crochet project. I don't know. I kind of want to make a book sleeve. I'm not sure what I want to do yet. But anyway, I went to Costco. I listened to a book. I sat in a good church service, and that's everything that's happened today. I have some chores to do. I need to make room in my fridge for all of this stuff. But other than that, since it's my last day of break, I just want to relax. Well, friends, welcome back to the horrible lighting in my classroom, which does mean that my break is over and I am back at work, and we are going to wrap this vlog up because I finished Catherine Center's The Bodyguard in one day. This book was just absolutely adorable and 100% what I needed to like find my reading pace for 2026. I think I shared the premise that she is a female bodyguard. She's going through a lot, and she gets assigned to be the bodyguard for like the biggest heartthrob movie star, but he has been a little bit under the grid or under the radar for the last couple of years because his younger brother died and he like stopped doing movies. He disappeared from the media, but he has come back to Houston because his mom has cancer, and he has a stalker, and he's like, I don't want my mom to have to worry about cancer and me. So instead of you telling everyone that you're my bodyguard, let's just tell them that you're my girlfriend. And obviously this fake dating situation gets them into a whole bunch of hijinks because his mom is like, all I want is for my son to come home to the ranch with me for Thanksgiving. So she has to come and spend time at this ranch with him. Obviously they share a bedroom, and it's very like The Proposal meets Miss Congeniality, and her character growth is just so good. She was so willing to believe things that other people said about her, like her ex-boyfriend and her mom, instead of living life and believing what she wanted to believe about herself. Like what she knew was true was affected by what other people said out of anger or out of spite or out of hate. So her meeting this movie star really just changed her outlook on life, and their romance was so cute, and it is closed door. So if you're looking for a more closed door romance, I would recommend this one. I'm not gonna say it was clean, like there's language and there's other things alluded to, but it was closed door. So I ended up giving it a 4 because it just like, it doesn't compare to like an Abby Jimenez for me, but it was really, really, really good. So yeah. In other news, first day back at work, I made myself a travel coffee. Was getting in the car, my travel coffee spilled all over the parking lot. So hopefully the rest of my first day back goes great. But I'm gonna go ahead and sign off so I can get this vlog uploaded and edited for you guys. I hope you are having a great start to 2026, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye guys. Also, leave a turtle emoji.